Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Joel Hellman. I'm Dean of the School of Foreign Service. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the School of Foreign Service, of course, so we have students, families, friends joining us from all over the world. And on behalf of all of us at the School of Foreign Service, let me welcome you and your families, friends, and loved ones to our undergraduate Tropaia ceremony. It's a time-honored tradition here at Georgetown. So we made it. This ceremony, the past 3 semesters, they are and have been literally unprecedented in the 102-year history of SFS. I know that some of us have lost loved ones. Many of us have experienced anger and frustration and isolation. All of us have suffered the loss of bonds of community that sustain us and that make us whole. This SFS class of 2021 in particular has had so many cherished traditions taken away or altered beyond recognition. I am in profound admiration, indeed awe, of your resilience, your grace during the last 15 months, as well as the generosity of the family and friends and loved ones who supported you as you completed our exceptionally challenging program at SFS in Georgetown. Now, graduation is a time to celebrate your achievements, and Tropaia, of course, is a recognition of excellence in your time at SFS. But this graduation and this Tropaia must also be a time to celebrate our families, our friends, our supporters, and those who helped us to get through this challenging time. If you're fortunate enough to have them with you here today, please take a moment to express your thanks, maybe even a hug, or send your warmest thoughts through the screen to those who helped you and are participating here today and helped bring you to this very, very day. Now, I'm not one to talk about silver linings, but I can see already that this pandemic and the unprecedented events of the past year, an insurrection that shook the foundation of US democracy, senseless violence that shocked this nation and the world into a long-delayed reckoning with the reality of systemic racism, the ugly resurgence of nationalism and authoritarianism in so many areas of the world. These struggles have shaped you as a generation. When you started at SFS, I said we would give you a front row seat to history. Who could have imagined then what history had in store for us, or that the very seat itself would be abruptly yanked out from under you? But you chose to come to SFS because you wanted to make a difference in the world. You chose to come to SFS because you wanted to understand the global issues that impact us all. You chose to come to SFS because you were dedicated to solving real world problems, learning from the best minds, the most experienced practitioners. And during this remarkable time with us, you really didn't need to rely on any books or case studies to recognize the tremendous power of global crises to disrupt our lives. You lived those crises in a way that few other generations have. You know that SFS was created more than a century ago precisely to prepare new generations to confront global crises. Having lived through a world war and in the midst of their own pandemic, our founders knew the devastation that global crises could cause. And for 100 years, our graduates have been at the front lines of solving problems. Your predecessors became presidents and diplomats, CEOs and ministers, filmmakers, human rights workers, entrepreneurs, and educators, working in every field imaginable. This new administration is chock full of SFS alumni, as were previous administrations. But now it's time for you to join this century-old legacy of impact. You'll take many, many different paths to achieve that impact. But I know that you are destined for achievement. You've demonstrated the kind of grit and resilience that older generations preach about. You've had your values, your perseverance, even your morality tested. You've seen that even the smartest professors don't have ready answers to all the challenges we are confronting. So you know how much work we all have to do to come up with new and innovative solutions to move us forward and to deal with the crises in front of us. You know, the very first graduates of this school came to be known as the greatest generation. I'm convinced, I've seen it, that you have the makings of the next greatest generation. Because you were challenged, I believe you're even better positioned to serve and better equipped to have impact. So it's now your prerogative, indeed your obligation, to make history, as so many SFS alumni have before you. I'm confident that you will change the world. Congratulations. And now let's get the Tropaia ceremony underway. We'll start first by hearing from the president of the Student Academic Council. And that academic council played such a critical role in representing the voice of students through this difficult year. And I want to thank everyone who served on the academic council. But let's start by hearing from the president of the academic council, Felipe Lobo Courage.
Hello, and good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to the 2021 Tropaia ceremony for the School of Foreign Service. I'm Felipe Lobo Courage, the president of the SFS Academic Council. On behalf of the class of 2021, I have the honor of thanking our family, friends, members of the administration, and the distinguished faculty. Your support, encouragement, and dedication for and to our academic pursuits were instrumental in making these achievements possible, and for that, we are all deeply grateful. Ceremonies like this one remind me of a line by Shaw. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. As a member of the School of Foreign Service, I have had the honor of working with students deeply devoted to service and learning with an open mind. Students devoted to progress and to improving our communities at Georgetown, at home, and abroad. Many of us started uncertain of our interests and our goals, all hoping to have a positive impact, but unsure exactly how to do that. But then we learned about the Jesuit values, inescapable on Georgetown's campus, and how they align with the SFS's purpose and mission. We learned from our professors, experts in their fields who worked tirelessly to educate us. We learned from speakers, symposia, centennial labs, and study abroad experiences. Most of all, we learned from each other. As one of my predecessors said in her Tropaia remarks 2 years ago, there is no one type of SFS student. We represent a diverse set of backgrounds and experiences spanning the United States and countries around the world, as well as a broad range of intellectual interests. Where else but the SFS can you find an IPOL Security Studies major and a CULP major, not only coexisting, but thriving together? I have learned so much from so many of you through your reflections in class, our discussions in line at Leo's, or waiting in line for a popular speaker, and through working with each other in our clubs and organizations. For that, I thank you. Our experiences at Georgetown and within the SFS have better prepared and equipped us to fulfill our common devotion to service, to progress, and to making the world a better place. Although there is always more to learn, we now have many of the skills we need to have a positive impact, each of us in our own way. We see this especially in the academic achievements we will celebrate today, and I know we will continue to see our impact grow as the class of 2021 starts applying our SFS education towards service however we can. Congratulations to all those recognized today and to all the graduating SFS seniors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Felipe, and thank you for your leadership of the Academic Council. Now, we have a wonderful tradition in Tropaia of a student speaker chosen by the students, and I'm very pleased to welcome our Academic Council Senior Representative, Kamansa Krista Sowa, to introduce our student speaker.
Bound by our shared SFS values, the tumultuous global events of the past 4 years have uniquely shaped the class of 2021. Resilient in the face of adversity, the senior class applied its SFS education to find solutions to the world's most pressing challenges. This year's senior class speaker, Josiah Laney, embodies the school's values and our resolute commitment to inspiring change at every level. A Los Angeles native, Josiah majored in international politics with a concentration in foreign policy. On the hilltop, Josiah is a sprinter on the varsity track and field team, a member of the Blue and Gray Tour Guide Society, the co-director of outreach for the Black Student Athlete Coalition, and an ambassador on the Georgetown Scholars Program Student Board. Through these extracurricular experiences, Josiah has been committed to promoting diversity and inclusion in hopes of creating a more unified and representative campus. Following graduation, Josiah will join the Department of Justice and hopes to attain a joint degree in law and policy. Coming from a background he describes as one of economic and social hardship, Josiah has dedicated his Georgetown career and future endeavors to moving the needle on racial equity and inspiring positive social change around the world. As such, Josiah exemplifies one of the many ways that the class of 2021 apply their SFS education to advance the community. Informally, his friendly and uplifting personality encouraged his peers. He certainly brightened my day anytime I saw him. He is more than deserving of this honor, and it's with great pleasure that I introduce Josiah Laney, the 2021 class speaker.
Thank you so much. It's really an honor to speak before you all. So for me, I'm someone who interacts with prospective Georgetown students and family almost on a regular basis through my job in the admissions office. And I want to start by saying one question that I get without fail is just, why Georgetown? And more specifically, why the School of Foreign Service? And I know, as Dean Hellman mentioned, we all have our own reasons for coming here, and we definitely have a stock answer prepared for that. Certainly do have mine. But I think in preparing for today's remarks, I've really found the language to communicate why this school is so important. This school formed in the ashes of global conflict, right? It was formed in one of the darkest moments of our shared history. And it was united under one principle: foreign service. And it's really easy to see how the school that they envisioned at that time, back in 1919, connects to things like diplomacy or international development and the history of nations not our own. But for me, foreign service signifies so much more. The word foreign suggests difference. It's a new idea, a unique culture. It's that unfamiliar other, right? It's a heritage. It's not our own. It's also the discomfort that we felt this past year. And it certainly probably was our first Black undergraduate, Samuel Halsey, walking the halls of an all-white Georgetown in 1953. It's that feeling of uneasiness that we get when we think of change. And it's the fear that we feel when we realize just how much is out of our control. I feel it too, and it can be terrifying. But that word is followed by service, a duty to give back, right? It's leadership in a time of need. It's living the change you want to see and having faith in a greater good. It's sacrifice for the sake of others. And it was the student advocacy to reckon with the fact that members of our Georgetown community sold 272 enslaved men, women, and children. It's righting the wrongs of history, and that can feel impossible. But the SFS, they prepare us to be servants to this foreign. We are prepared to see past ourselves and appreciate the vibrance of others, the potential that the unknown brings. Through our coursework, our majors, all those hard nights that you guys spent working, we learn how to weave together disconnected pieces of our global community. And we also learn about service. Service in spite of being unlike the people that we are fighting for. We're immersing ourselves in cultures divergent from our own so that we may grow and that we may lead with compassion. And although our work may feel abstract at times, we can never forget that it impacts real people who are counting on us. We can never forget that there are adverse consequences when we fall short of this service that we are supposed to do. When we let hate and fear get the best of us. And today, I wear the names of people who remind us so. I intend to dedicate my life to the cause that they did not intend to die for, the cause that they did not have to die for. and it's in their memory that I want to take a brief moment of silence. Georgetown is counting on us, and frankly, I am too. It's been an honor to speak before you all, and even more to graduate alongside each and every one of you. When I was deciding on coming to Georgetown, I literally knew nothing, knew no one, and did not know what to expect. So I want to thank each and every one of you for making this such a special experience. I want to thank you for the friendship and the support from my team, to my coaches, to my classmates, and a very special thank you to the Georgetown Scholars Program. You all have helped me grow so much in every sense of that word. But I also want to thank each and every one of you for listening, not just to me, but also to your own call to action. I know that together, we're going to make this world a better place. So I want to end by saying thank you so much, and Hoya Saxa.
Thank you so much, Josiah, for those inspiring on campus. And I know that you're going to set beyond. We were thrilled to have you as our speaker this year. I want to move to a second speaker. We're equally thrilled to have Dr. Bruce Hoffman, director of our Center for Jewish Civilization and a longtime faculty member at SFS. He was selected by the students of the School of Foreign Service to be our 2021 Faculty Member of the Year. To introduce him, I'm very pleased to welcome our Academic Council Senior Representative, Alana Hendy.
Every year, students select one faculty member within the School of Foreign Service to recognize their achievements for their work and dedication to undergraduate instruction. This year, we would like to honor Dr. Bruce Hoffman. Bruce Hoffman has been studying terrorism and insurgency for almost half a century. He is a professor at Georgetown University's Welsh School of Foreign Service, where he directs the Center for Jewish Civilization. Hoffman was previously the director of the Center for Security Studies and the Security Studies program. He was appointed a commissioner on the 9/11 Review Commission by the United States Congress and has been a scholar in residence for the counterterrorism at the CIA, an advisor on counterterrorism to the Coalition Provisional Authority in Baghdad, Iraq, and an advisor on counterinsurgency to the Multinational Forces Iraq headquarters in Baghdad. Hoffman is a recipient of the United States Intelligence Community SEAL Medallion, the highest level of commendation given to a non-government employee, and is the author of the award-winning book, Anonymous Soldiers. Hoffman's most recent books include The Evolution of the Global Terrorist Threat and Inside Terrorism, which was cited as one of the 25 most notable books published by Columbia University Press on the occasion of its 125th anniversary. He was recently named by Washingtonian Magazine as one of the 250 most influential people who will be playing the biggest roles in federal Washington's policy debates for the next few years. Hoffman received his BA in Government and History from Connecticut College and his graduate and doctoral degrees in International Relations from Oxford University. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Bruce Hoffman.
Thank you so much, Alana, for that extremely kind introduction and very nice words. The most cherished and respected award among faculty in the School of Foreign Service is the one that you have bestowed on me. Thank you. In normal times, this is an especially noteworthy honor, but it is additionally significant this particular year, given the challenges and heartbreak we all have experienced. And I am therefore even more grateful and humbled to receive it. The Hilltop is a special place. The university is rightly world-renowned because of its academic excellence and enviable reputation. But as I have always told prospective students, there is a unique dimension to the university that is incalculable, our core Jesuit ideals. These immutable principles, educating the whole person, cura personalis, faith that does justice, interreligious understanding, people for others, community and diversity, and caring for our common home, give meaning and purpose to our existence as part of an engaged and caring community, and make us whole. Beyond any doubt, It was our dedication to these guiding ethos and the support we therefore provided to one another that got us through this unusually difficult academic year. With your graduation on Monday, your time as undergraduate students on the hilltop ends. But the Jesuit values that were such an important aspect of your Georgetown education hopefully will continue to inform and enrich your post-graduation lives, as well as guide and enhance your careers. 11 years ago, the Wall Street Journal columnist and proud mom of a Hoya alum, Peggy Noonan, proposed a path in life that is relevant to your continued embrace of these core Jesuit principles. Reflecting on the corrosive discourse that had already begun to permeate our country, Ms. Noonan, in her October 2nd, 2009 column, described, and I quote, "a daily agitating barrage that coarsens and inflames. It tears the national fabric." She presciently warned how it could wind up doing worse than that. It is impossible today to pass by the US Capitol with National Guard soldiers deployed alongside a noticeably large police presence, with the reinforced black fencing and concertina wire surrounding that citadel of openness and democracy, and not think that things did indeed worsen beyond even what Ms. Noonan may have then imagined. But in the same column, she also provided some very helpful personal advice. As a means to counter the trend towards coarseness and divisiveness, of shouting rather than discussing and dismissing rather than considering, Ms. Noonan had asked readers to think about how they would like to be remembered after they passed. To her thinking, this simple contemplative exercise offered a means by which one could live a better and fulfilling life. In a way, you're writing your own obit every day, Ms. Noonan explained. You're making the lead paragraph positive and constructive, or not. Someone's going to sum you up one day. You want to live your life in a way that they can write good things. The good things that Ms. Noonan spoke about are the values we share as part of our Hilltop community. You're embarking on your careers and on Monday commencing the rest of your lives. The choices you make, the decisions you take, your rectitude, and your impact on others will one day also be summed up. If we, your teachers, have done anything right, we have contributed to and enhanced your ability to write your life stories in an ever more meaningful, positive, powerful, and constructive way. Before I conclude, I want to offer one additional thought. Tropaias are about students and their teachers, but this one needs also to be about the unsung heroes that facilitated and eased your path to graduation throughout this difficult year. The university staff, all the cooks, food staff, cleaners, safety officers, event organizers, communications personnel, assistant deans, advisors, office managers, and redeployed health screeners surely made it as possible for you to be here today as I or any of my faculty colleagues did. In fact, many university staff sacrificed greatly to do so. They mostly did not have the option of either telecommuting or the luxury of Zoom. And when the COVID pandemic was raging, at some immeasurable personal risk, they showed up on campus to do their jobs, which in turn made it possible for you to be here as well. Yet their contribution and hard work often goes unnoticed and unacknowledged. Let's correct that right now. Accordingly, I would be very grateful if you would join me in a virtual round of applause, saluting and thanking the staff of this university for helping to make possible the joy and accomplishment that infuses this Tropaia today and commencement on Monday. Thank you. And thank you for the great honor of this treasured award and for allowing me to share these thoughts with you.
Thank you so much, Professor Hoffman, for those words, and also for your leadership and for your reminder of the critical role that everyone on this campus has played in dealing with the crisis and helping us all move through it. Now, it's my great pleasure to move to the awards portion of the Tropaia ceremony, the faculty and deans of the School of Foreign Service now have the opportunity at Tropaia to honor those graduating seniors who've achieved academic excellence and the faculty and staff who have supported them in achieving that excellence. The medals and citations I announced today will be mailed to each student this summer. Students who receive Latin honors will be recognized in the university-wide commencement book. But let me start now by recognizing some members of the SFS faculty and staff for their extraordinary contributions to the school. First, we have the Constantine McGuire Medal. The Constantine McGuire Medal honors members of the SFS community for outstanding service to the school and its students. I'm so very pleased to award this medal to two colleagues, both who are leaving and retiring Georgetown after many extraordinary years of service, Kathy Alesko and Angela Stent, and wish them our gratitude and appreciation for their service. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Angela. We next have the SFS Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching, which recognizes outstanding teaching at the undergraduate level through creativity, innovation in curriculum, the quality of course design, and going above and beyond in their dedication to student learning. I want to congratulate this year's honoree, Joanna Lewis. Now, the SFS Faculty Award for Excellence in Mentoring honors a faculty who demonstrates the support of the personal development of students and acts as a successful role model to students, both during the student's tenure at Georgetown and beyond. I want to congratulate this year's honoree, Kate Chandler. And I also want to recognize, with the Dean's Award for Excellence in Academic Administration, a staff member whose dedication and service enrich Georgetown students and our communities. Congratulations go to this year's honoree, Lisa Gordinaire. So now we shift to the heart of our ceremony, our student awards. Normally, I love to see the students walk across the stage and receive the award to the recognition of their peers. We need to use the chat function to be heard. So I do hope you and your friends and loved ones will recognize our student awardees in the chat function as we announce the names of these remarkably deserving students. So first and foremost, I want to start with the Dean's Medal. The Dean's Medal is awarded to the graduating senior or seniors who earn the highest scholastic average at the School of Foreign Service. I'm pleased to present the medal to not one, but two students this year, Sarem Hawk and Jonathan Miller Merrick. Congratulations to both of you. Now, let me turn to the Dean's Citation awarded to a graduating senior who has made outstanding service contributions to the school. It gives me great pleasure to recognize three outstanding students, Carrie Ashkenazi, Felipe Lobo Kuric, and Siddharth Muchal. Congratulations to all three. Now I want to move to the Carol Lancaster Award, named after our previous dean, given to a graduating senior who displays a commitment to improving the lives of the world's most vulnerable, and whose academic achievement in the International Development Certificate Program has been judged as outstanding. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Joy Yue. Now, I'd like to honor the Crow Scholars Medals. These are named after our previous dean, Peter Crow. They go to graduating students who fulfill the requirements of the rigorous Crow Scholars Program. It's my great pleasure to recognize the following students. We've got Aditi Sanjay, Elizabeth Ash, Felipe Lobo Kuric, Hiyu Mili Kim, Yulia Paluk, Jonathan Wiersema, Kevin Pollock, Richard Schofield, Rafael Hupez, Morgan Smith, Stacy Hartman, Sheil Patel, Will Henry Kusu, Yumna Fatima Nukvi, Andre Dandan de Sampaio Amaral, and Anna Zolniak. Congratulations to all of you. I now move on to the William Knotts Medal, which is awarded for outstanding academic attainment in the field of international economics. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Elizabeth Ash. The Culture and Politics Medal is awarded to a graduating senior who has written a senior thesis that demonstrates academic excellence and innovative scholarship in culture and politics. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Julia Feigen. Now, the Raymond Trainer Award, given for outstanding academic attainment in the field of international politics. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Tara Maloney. The Ernst Falkenfeld Award is given for outstanding dedication and achievement in the study of international organizations. Congratulations go to this year's honoree, Yumna Fatima Nukvi. The Margot Gottesman Award is given to the Center for Jewish Civilization certificate student whose senior thesis was judged to be the most outstanding in its class. Congratulations to this year's two honorees, Rebecca Steckel and Cooper Vardy. Now, the Jules Davids Medal honors an outstanding senior thesis in history. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Isabella Vandermeulen. The Coleman Nevels Medal recognizes excellence in the study of U.S. diplomatic history. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Richard Schofield. The Edmund A. Walsh Medal, named after our founder, honors outstanding achievement in the field of international law. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Andre Dandan de Sampaio Amaral. The Christopher Joyner Memorial Prize was named after the late Professor Christopher Joyner. The prize is awarded by the Department of Government to the student in the determination of the faculty has demonstrated the greatest promise in the field of international law. This recipient, today's recipient, is Anna Zolniak. The Frank Fadner S.J. Medal is awarded for excellence in Russian studies. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Sabrina Sway. The Michael Krupensky Award honors interests and activities in fostering Russian culture. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Jonathan Wiersema. The Thomas Helde Medal honors a graduating senior who has demonstrated outstanding achievement in the area of European studies. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Christopher Castaldi Mola. The Goena Dickinson Luster Prize is awarded for accomplishments in German and intellectual curiosity that reflects the memory of Professor Luster. Congratulations to this year's two honorees, Sander Parson and Saskia Rodi. The Hispanic Studies Medal is awarded for high achievement and strong interest in the Spanish language and Hispanic studies. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Henry George Westerman. The Michael Hudson Medal honors the graduating senior who combines excellence in the study of the Arab world with a commitment to the advancement of understanding in Arab affairs. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Kyla Amon McHugh. The Jean Labat Medal is awarded for interest and activities in the promotion of the French language and culture. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Morgan Smith. The Donald McDonald Prize was founded in memory of Professor Donald McDonald, Georgetown's first distinguished professor of Korean studies and founder of our Korean studies program. The prize honors a graduating senior who writes the best paper on Korea. The prize is awarded to Joshua Metzger. The Joseph Seabees S.J. Medal is awarded for excellence in the study of Asia and the dedication to the advancement of understanding of Asian affairs. Congratulations to this year's honoree, William Duanmu. The John W. Wittek S.J. Prize in Japanese Study was founded in memory of Father John Wittek, who was a historian of the Jesuit missions in East Asia and Japanese history. The prize honors the graduating senior who writes the best paper in any field on Japan. The recipient is Valerie Kin-Yi Ma. The Director's Award for Science, Technology in Asia was established in 2017, recognizes students who demonstrated superior academic achievement and professional potential in the field of science and technology, particularly as it relates to the study of Asia. This award seeks to underscore the growing importance of science, technology, and understanding Asian security, diplomacy, and policy. The awardee is Sarah Wingfield. The William Manger Latin American Studies Award honors a graduating senior who writes the best thesis in the Latin American Studies Certificate Program. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Felipe Lobo Courage. The Rowe Award honors a graduating senior for superior achievement in the field of Latin American history. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Diego Velasquez Salu. The Joseph Lepgold Medal recognizes outstanding achievement in the field of international security. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Will Kusu. The Stephanie Waterman Medal is awarded to the outstanding scholar athlete of the graduating class. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Elizabeth Nguyen. The Charles Weiss Medal is awarded for excellence and achievement in the field of science, technology, and international affairs. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Siddharth Muchal. The Regional and Comparative Studies Medal recognizes academic excellence in the Regional and Comparative Studies major. Congratulations this year to two honorees, Ju Hu and Caroline Amelia Pappas. The Leslie Jacobson Medal recognizes outstanding achievement in the International Political Economy major. Congratulations go to this year's honoree, Catherine Lee. Now, I want to give congratulations to all of those who've earned medals and awards. I invite you for the moment to unmute yourself and join me in giving a well-deserved round of applause and cheers to all those graduates on their remarkable achievements. Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah, we can do reactions too.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Siddharth.
Yes, Sid. Well done.
Congratulations, Rebecca.
Congrats, Felipe.
Okay, I want to recognize our students who've earned honors in their respective majors. And before I do that, I want to share a video of the field chairs, our professors who run the majors, with a few words of congratulations to our students.
On behalf of the program in International History, I want to congratulate all of our honors students. Had you asked me a year ago whether anyone could successfully complete an historical thesis without access to a library or books or archives, I would have said impossible. And yet here we are. Each of you has produced an extraordinary piece of scholarship during an extraordinarily challenging year. I'm so very proud of you, and you should be proud too. I wish you all the best as you bring your energy, your passion, your drive, and your hope into a world that very much needs you. Congratulations.
Hello to all of you. This is Anna Maria Maida. I'm a professor of economics and the chair of the International Economics major. I'm recording this message of congratulations to you for being in the honors program. I'm very proud of you. This was a hard year, and this is a testament, your honors, to your perseverance, to the fact that you have worked very hard, and of course to your brilliant minds. This message is to wish you the best for the future, to encourage you to keep up the good work, and also to keep in touch. Best of luck. Bye-bye.
I'm Kate Chandler, Field Chair of the Culture and Politics program. I'm excited to recognize today students who completed honors in the Culture and Politics major. They did this by meeting a minimum GPA requirement and writing a CULP honors thesis. The theses develop innovative and creative methodologies to address culture and politics in a transnational context. Writing the honors theses is always a challenge, and it was all the more so this year during the pandemic. Students have my highest congratulations. This is an accolade very well earned.
Congratulations to the 2021 International Political Economy cohort. Under normal circumstances, this is a huge accomplishment with the higher standards and original research of your theses. But accomplishing these in this year, I'm truly blown away by your resilience and dedication. When you meet with the inevitable challenges and difficulties of life, I hope this serves as but one reminder to yourselves of your resilience and capacity to overcome whatever comes your way. After this longest of years, we all need to recharge. So I hope that you are each able to take a moment to reflect on and appreciate your remarkable accomplishments. Congratulations again, and all the best in your future endeavors.
On behalf of the International Politics major, I want to congratulate our amazing honors students. You've been working on these projects for over a year, and I'm so proud of everything that you've been able to accomplish, especially in a year when we've had so much uncertainty due to the pandemic. And I know many of you had challenges getting the necessary research materials that you needed due to library access and access to archives. Yet despite all of these challenges, you forged ahead and you created original high-quality research projects. This is simply put a huge accomplishment. I want to congratulate you for graduating with honors, and I want to wish you all the best in your future.
I'd like to congratulate all the students who have completed the honors program in regional and comparative studies. The honors program is like a marathon, but this year you must have felt it like an obstacle race. You have emerged from this challenge as not only a knowledgeable expert, but also a nimble, resilient, and passionate doer who is ready to tackle some of the world's most pressing challenges ahead. I'm immensely proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations again.
Congratulations to the amazing students who have earned honors in the Global Business major this year. It goes without saying that it was a tough year in which to maintain an outstanding academic record, and on top of that, to develop, research, and write a truly honorific thesis. But with better days ahead, I'm confident that you will make the most of them. As you go forth and make wonderful things happen, just remember that you are forever Hoyas, and stay in touch.
On behalf of the Science, Technology, and International Affairs program here at SFS, I want to congratulate our students who are graduating with honors this year. This was not the year our seniors were expecting, and they have shown amazing resilience in the face of adversity. Our students writing senior honors theses were expecting, in many cases, to travel the world and conduct important on-the-ground research. When that could no longer happen, they still were able to come up with innovative, original research projects that they could conduct from their homes or dorm rooms. Congratulations to you all in the class of 2021, and may you experience much better and brighter days ahead.
Now it's my pleasure to recognize those students who've completed SFS-based minors, certificates, or fellowships, as well as those who've been inducted into the National or International Honor Society. I'll announce the name of each program or society and will display the names of students, of those students on your screen. So let me first start off with a congratulations to the SFS Centennial Fellows. Let me offer congratulations to the Global Business Fellows. Let me offer congratulations to the Institute for the Study of Diplomacy Fellows and the Mortara Undergraduate Research Fellows. Congratulations to the graduating Paul F. Pelosi Public Service Scholars. Next, let us congratulate those who, in addition to the coursework for their major, have also completed a minor or certificate in an SFS-based program. Congratulations to those who earned a certificate in diplomatic studies. Congratulations to those who offered certificates in African studies, Arab studies, and Asian studies. Congratulations to those who got certificates in Australian and New Zealand studies, Eurasian, Russian and East European studies, European studies, and Latin American studies. Congratulations to those who got certificates in international business diplomacy and international development. Congratulations to those who got certificates in Jewish civilization, justice and peace studies, and religion, ethics, and world affairs. Finally, let us congratulate this year's inductees into our academic honor societies, Alpha Sigma Nu and the Jesuit National Honor Society. We also have Omicron Delta Epsilon, the Economics National Honor Society, and Phi Alpha Theta, the History Honor Society. Let me congratulate Phi Beta Kappa members, the Academic Honor Society. And let me congratulate Theta Alpha Kappa, the Religious Studies Honor Society, Dobra Slova, the Slavic Language Honor Society, Pi Delta Phi, the French Honor Society, Sigma Delta Pi, the National Collegiate Hispanic Honor Society, and Phi Lambda Beta, the Portuguese Honor Society. And finally, let me congratulate Pi Sigma Alpha, the Political Science National Honor Society. You can see that our students run the gamut all across the world, every critical global issue. They've been engaged and demonstrated their strength and their academic excellence. Now, from all of us, professors, deans, staff in the SFS, I want to congratulate you on all of your successes. It's been a genuine honor to embrace you all as part of our SFS family. Again, I want to invite everyone on the call to unmute themselves and join me in giving one more round of applause and cheers for a couple of minutes.
Let's go, lad! Sid!
Hey, Sarah.
Nice to see your name 4 times.
Well, I got to stop on that cheer. Thank you so much for joining us and being part of this online community to celebrate our students. I want to end now by inviting Rabbi Rachel Gardner to deliver the benediction.
Salamu alaikum. Shalom aleichem. Today I offer this prayer to all, for all, from my heart. Dear God, in your Torah we read, "See and sense how good is God, God of blessing and abundance." When we in our mind's eye look at one another through the various virtual portals at our disposal here, we can see and sense how much goodness and good fortune there is among us and in our world. We are profoundly grateful for those recognized today and for all of our 2021 SFS graduates, their teachers, their families, and their friends. We offer humble gratitude and celebrate with audacious joy every lesson, every person, every bit of hard work, every ounce of resilience and grace that has brought each of us to this place on this day. And at the very same time in the Talmud we read, if you see something wrong in your dwelling place, in your home, in your community, your village, or your city, and you turn away, if you see something wrong and you turn away from it, remember you too are responsible for that wrongdoing. God of righteousness who calls us to account when we look at everything coming at us through our screens and outside our windows in our cities and dwelling places across the globe, we recognize that as much as there is to rejoice over, there is as much that needs to be reckoned with and redeemed. God of joy and justice, today we rejoice in our graduates who are committed to applying their SFS education to the project of redemption here and across the globe. As they go about that sacred work, may they be blessed with the ancient insights, Lo b'shamayim hi. The answers lie not in the heavens or across the sea that you should say, how will we ever achieve that which is beyond achieving? Rather, the solution is very close to you, in the mouths and in the hearts of those who need it most. That's why this work is called service. Dear God, may these graduates who, in Josiah's powerful words, have listened to their own call, may they ever be mindful that for their service efforts to have true integrity, meaning and meaningful impact and enduring effect, they must speak and share their wisdom, and they must listen and receive the wisdom of those with whom they engage. In that spirit, in closing, I add to my prayer a prayer originally written in 2014 in Arabic and Hebrew by Palestinian Sheikh Mahmoud and Israeli Rabbi Tamar El Adad Applebaum. It's called the Prayer of the Mothers, and it goes like this. God of life, who heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds, may it be your will to hear the prayer of mothers, for you did not create us to kill each other nor to live in fear, anger, or hatred in your world, but rather you have created us so we can grant permission to one another to sanctify your name of life, your name of peace in this world. For these things we weep our eyes run down with water for our children crying at night, for parents holding their children with despair and darkness in their hearts, for a gate that is closing and who will open it while the day has not yet dawned. And with our tears and prayers, which we pray, and with the tears of all who pray deeply and feel the pain of these difficult days, we raise our hands to you. Please, God, have mercy on us. Hear our voice, that we shall not despair, that we shall see life in each other, that we shall have mercy for each other, that we shall have pity on each other, that we shall hope for each other, and we shall write our lives in the book of life. For your sake, God of life, let us choose life, for you are peace. Your world is peace, and all that is yours is peace. And so shall be your will. Tropaia and all 2021 SFS graduates, I join my heart with the heart of these mothers and pray that you will lead with others to replace cycles of wrong upon wrong with those of right upon right. May you go in peace, and may you bring peace wherever you go. Amen.
Thank you, Rabbi Gardner, for that powerful prayer. This ends our SFS ceremony, our Tropaia ceremony. For those of you who are in Washington, D.C. or nearby, I hope to see you all at Nats Park. Look for a dean in baby blue robes somewhere around First Plate. I'm going to bring my glove and maybe have a catch with some of the other deans during the event while they're reading some of the names for a little bit of a break during what I think is going to be an extraordinary opportunity for our community to come together again as a final end to this extraordinary year. So I hope to see many of you at Nats Park. SFS will have a small booth there as well to say hello to families and friends who will be able to join. And for those who can join us at Nats Park, I really hope you do come back to the campus, come back and join us when we are back in full bloom in all senses of that term. We welcome you back home to this campus because this campus will be a home for you forever to come. Thank you very much and congratulations.